Now on Nightside, the Mariners fell to the Toronto Blue Jays for the second night in a row. We'll have the highlights.
Before you make your weekend plans, I'm tracking the next round of rainy weather. I'll help you plan around the showers in the first alert forecast.
And months after Spokane police shoot a man during an arrest, body camera video shows exactly what happened that day. The new details we've learned about this incident. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, for the second night in a row, the Seattle Mariners fell at home to the Toronto Blue Jays. Thanks so much for staying up with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Sports Director Jack Wallace. And that ties the series up with both teams now having 2 wins, making tomorrow a crucial game in this playoff series. Let's take a look at today's game.
Here's a high fly ball, deep center field, first short of the track, first short of the wall, it's gone!
We let that play out because it's the whole first and only big Mariners highlight tonight. Josh Naylor, that's his first of 3 hits in a spectacular evening, but Andres Jimenez for the Blue Jays brings them right back into it. 2 nights in a row, Toronto answers after an early Seattle lead. 2-1 the visitors, 2-run shot. George Springer, he's hit well this series, no homer tonight, but he still hits hard to left. That ball's down, and the Jays come marching in for another run, 4-1 game in the 4th. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. somehow gets even stronger this series. 0 for 7 in games 1 and 2, now 6 for 9 with 2 homers across games 3 and 4. What a performance from Toronto to take this win. Final score is 8-2, and the Blue Jays even the series and are on the path to becoming the first team down 0-2 at home in the ALCS to come back and win. Seattle is not done yet. The series is essentially reset now. They host Game 5 tomorrow before heading back to Toronto for Game 6 and a potential Game 7. That Game 6 is already locked into Sunday, but we still have plenty more sports to go later on tonight. We'll talk our high school football game that went down out at Union Stadium, plus checking on the Kraken's wild finish in Canada. Don't want to miss that one. Derek, back to you.
Jack. Thank you so much. Well, a Spokane nonprofit is proving people experiencing homelessness want to work. Dignified Workday provides jobs for those who struggle to find employment due to housing insecurity, addiction, or criminal history. Employees at Dignified Workday tackle construction projects and painting jobs throughout Spokane. The city pays a crew to clean the streets daily. The program has proven to be a successful way to transition people to more stable living conditions. In the past year, 14 of their employees moved to permanent jobs and secure housing.
A common misconception that we hear all the time that our workers hear is that homeless people do not want to work. And that is absolutely false.
Right now, Dignified Workday employs about 65 people, but it has more than 500 on their wait list. The nonprofit continues searching for more public and private contracts to expand opportunity for people who want to contribute to their community.
Stop! Oh, God. I just stop moving! Okay.
Spokane police have released body camera footage that shows an officer shooting a man in February. And we want to warn you, some of you may find this video disturbing. It shows officers trying to arrest 60-year-old Robert Botson for failing to register as a sex offender. Officers originally called him by his middle name, Charles. Botson told the officers he's not Charles before he was told to put his hands behind his back. Botson resisted and was eventually wrestled to the ground, as you can see there. Officers say Botson had a gun and wanted him to stop moving. That's when an officer decided to shoot him.
Stop moving! I'm just... Oh, God! I can't... Okay.
Washington State Patrol says it finished its investigation of the incident last month. The Spokane County Prosecutor's Office is now in the process of reviewing that investigation. Well, you may have noticed these colorful benches at nearly 30 different bus stops around the city. They were installed a few weeks ago, but it wasn't the city or STA that installed them. It was Spokane Reimagined. The organization put them in after seeing that many stops in Spokane were unsafe and uncomfortable for riders. It hopes the new benches will call attention to the infrastructure that's needed at bus stops all around the city.
We saw a lot of people sitting on the sidewalk or even in the street while they're waiting for a bus, and we saw that this was really dangerous, and we want the community to do more things about it.
At today's STA board meeting, Spokane Reimagined called on leaders to improve bus stop infrastructure again. STA says adding a bench and shelter costs $12,000, but more benches are part of its 30-year strategic plan. Spokane Reimagined argued that cheaper and temporary benches are needed in the meantime to keep riders safe. All right, just after midnight tonight, so in less than half an hour, burn restrictions will be lifted in Spokane County. This means outdoor recreational fires, including campfires, will once again be allowed. People will also be able to use their backyard barbecues, fire pits, and portable outdoor fireplaces. According to the county, the restrictions have been in place since June the 26th. And with those temperatures we've been seeing at night, Chris, campfires would be a pretty decent way to warm up, right?
Or stay inside where the furnace is my preference. But no, and thanks to some clouds moving in today, this will be one of our warmer nights here recently. Take a look at our time lapse so you can see those clouds increasing in the afternoon, and it is mostly cloudy skies right now. I haven't seen a lot of those this week. There are a lot more in the forecast, however. Here's a look at our satellite and radar with mostly cloudy skies across the region. Have picked up an occasional return on our radar, but if anything, an isolated sprinkle. I think most of what we're seeing here is not reaching the ground. We're going to keep these clouds through the early morning, and then we'll start to clear off for a really pretty but breezy Friday. Here's a look hour by hour at your Friday. 38 degrees to start the day. That is warmer than it has been with mostly cloudy skies. Will be partly cloudy through mid-morning with temperatures creeping up into the 40s. As we get into 11 a.m., we're finally in the 50s, but we're also starting to see more and more sunshine as the day goes on. Winds will really start picking up around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sustained winds in the 10 to 15 mile per hour range at that time, but an occasional gust to 25 miles per hour. Bright sunshine to end the afternoon. Our sunset is so early now. It's in the 5 o'clock hour. It will be in the mid-50s if you're heading out for Friday night football under clear skies, heading to a cold Saturday morning. And then we bring in the next round of clouds, and those have some showers to go along with them. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. 60 years of public broadcasting ends this winter in Pullman. Federal funding cuts are forcing the decades-old PBS station, KWSU, to shut down on December 31st. Northwest Public Broadcasting lost $2 million in federal funding this year. KWSU costs $1.8 million annually just to operate. The closure reflects a national trend affecting PBS stations across the country.
When I say it's a sad day, I don't say that lightly. These are hard conversations to have, and nobody wants to be where we are. But as you know, journalism is an expensive endeavor, and good journalism is really expensive.
Senator Maria Cantwell criticized the cut, saying, at a time when we need more local journalism, now is not the time for short-sighted funding cuts. Viewers on the Palouse will still receive public broadcasting through KSPS in Spokane. Washington State University says it may sell KWSU's broadcast license and signal, which have financial value. For 22 years, our community has stepped up to support Vanessa Behan. It's a critical, safe space for children in Spokane, named after 2-year-old Vanessa, who died from child abuse injuries in 1987. 4 News Now's Robin Nance and Kirsten O'Connor will MC the Pumpkin Ball once again this Saturday. Since it began, this event has raised over $3 million to shelter children from violence, abuse, and homelessness. In the last year, Vanessa Behan has had over 7,200 child visits and given out 400,000 diapers. The facility operates 24/7, and most kids stay there for about 12 hours at a time. It also provides emergency short-term child care for parents like Naomi Simpson, a single mom who only needs a few hours of help each week. She depends on Vanessa Behan to stay employed and to help her provide for her kids.
I'm sure when 2 parents are working too, it's really hard. But as a single parent, it's really hard because I'm always the fallback. I take sick days for 3 people, not for 1.
21% of families going to Vanessa Behan in the last year were experiencing some form of homelessness. We also featured a dad who made it off the streets and credits Vanessa Behan with breaking the cycle with his own children. You can find that story right now on KXLY.com. Well, the general election is 19 days away, and Spokane voters will have to decide on who they want to fill 3 city council seats. But only one of those races has no incumbent, and both of those candidates are from the same party. Alejandro Barrientos and Kate Tellis are running for District 2, which covers the southern part of Spokane. While their priorities may be similar, execution of their priorities is where these two divert, especially over the voter-approved Proposition 1, which bans public camping.
Prop 1 didn't work. We don't have room in the jails. It's only going to bring people up further into our neighborhoods. But it also didn't provide services.
I will champion on bringing back Prop 1. And if our local government already knew or had intentions of parts of the law that wasn't working, we needed to communicate with people and tell them what is effective, what's working, what's not working.
Now, both of them emphasized they would commit to working across party lines if voted into office. Voters will have until November 4th to decide on which of these two candidates they want representing them. Now, this was the second time candidates for Spokane City Council have gone head-to-head this election season. You can stream both council debates this Sunday on the KXOY Plus app on your connected TV starting at 9 o'clock. All right, coming up, the government shutdown is about to enter day 17 now with no end in sight. The latest on the political standoff. And we may see more raindrops this weekend. Chris Crocker gets us prepared next on Nightside. Stay with us.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Keeping your teen driver safe shouldn't crash your budget. I'm Natalie Grant from 4 News Now. From the car they drive to the insurance plan you choose, I'll show you how to cut costs without skimping on protection. Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Resilience. At Shriners Children's, we're leaders in pediatric sports medicine. With expertise in sprains, tears, fractures, and other sports-related injuries. We're here to deliver the best care in the business and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. Because every great comeback starts with a game plan for empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $279 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2025 Ford Bronco Sport goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Remember, our president is very sensitive about his weight, so please do not use the word Shamussolini or engorge Washington or King Hungry VIII.
With Maya Rudolph and Roy Wood Jr., Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Welcome back. The Japanese Garden in Manitou Park is reopening tomorrow after being closed for a few days for maintenance. Spokane Parks and Rec shared these photos of the garden's fall foliage on its Facebook page. Starting tomorrow, it will once again be open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you're planning on visiting, you may want to do it soon as the garden will close for the season at the end of October. It is scheduled to reopen in April. It's always fabulous in there, but with those changing colors, even more so right now. If you're planning to take a stroll at Manitou or any other park, though, you may want to do it before the weekend because you may be seeing some rain, right?
Yes, the weekend is going to be tricky for outdoor plans, but I'm here to help because there are some opportunities. Today, our high temperature 56, 58 is our average high. 33 is where we started the day. We still haven't hit 32 in Spokane. 33 is as cold as it's been. We've done that twice. 38 is our average overnight low, and this is our forecast for tomorrow. We're going to be average tomorrow, or above average. It's Spokane. We always think that. 5:59 was our sunset time. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be breezy on Friday. Dry for most of the day on Saturday. Rain comes in Saturday late afternoon, early evening. I'll show you in just a moment. And then we head into a wet and windy Sunday, although a lot of the steady rain will happen during the morning. A broad view of what's going on. System coming through tomorrow picks up our winds, brings a chance of some isolated mountain showers. Then we're dry for Saturday before the next system comes in Saturday night. This system is going to pick up our winds and bring that wet weather for Sunday, especially in the morning. Let's take a closer look. I'm starting this out Friday at 8 a.m. We'll see some sunshine. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the possibility of just some isolated mountain showers and a few clouds will move through. We'll start the day off early on Saturday with sunshine, but by 8 a.m. we start to see the clouds moving in. Perhaps a morning sprinkle, but the main rain comes in later. Here's 4 p.m. Saturday with a good chance of rain that's going to continue all night. And then we wake up, well, some people will be up at 6 a.m. If you're watching at 11, you might not be up yet, but we start to dry out, but not completely. We'll continue to see hit and miss showers through the day. Here's 2 o'clock on Sunday. Plus, it is going to be a windy day, but then we'll end the day with dry conditions. Forecast rain totals could be impressive. Many locations getting over a ½ inch of rain, pushing even an inch of rain in some spots. Sandpoint over an inch of rain. And again, breezy on Friday. We'll see windier conditions on Sunday with wind gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range. And then we dry out. And we start warming up the end of the week, and indications are that trend may continue in the 8 to 14-day forecast. Meanwhile, speaking of pretty fall colors, I have a stunning pick of the night for you from our friend Jim Howes. And from the far western edge of our viewing area, this was taken in Troy, Montana, there along the Kootenai. And this is Jim's friend's backyard. What a view. Can you imagine spending your days looking out at that view from your backyard? And again, that is from Troy, Montana, and the Kootenai River, Derek.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place for sure. Well, the rock community lost a legend today with the passing of Ace Frehley, the original guitarist for Kiss. Kiss is known for their hits like Rock and Roll All Night, Detroit Rock City, and so many others. Frehley co-founded the band in 1973 and was known for his spaceman persona. He later left the band in the 80s and launched a successful solo career. He's survived by his wife, daughter, and 2 siblings. He was 74 years old. All right, still to come, if you've noticed you're spending more money on coffee, you're not alone. What's causing the price to rise? And the winner of our Friday Night Sports Extra Game of the Week is still ahead. We'll be right back.
Later tonight on Nightline, celebs dishing on the new virtually undetectable facelift, plus actress Patricia Arquette in a new series about the Murdochs, the wealthy Southern family whose story of murder and lies captivated the nation.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
With heat like this, air conditioning's a necessity. Bill's Heating and AC can get you the relief you want with the urgency you need. We offer free same-day estimates and next-day installation. Plus, all our new equipment comes with a low price guarantee. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and take advantage of our 0% for 5 years promotional financing.
Avamere Southfield is so much more than just a home. We're enhancing lives every single day.
This is a special place. My home was heaven on earth, and now Avamere is heaven on earth.
They're like grandparents to me. Just going the extra mile for them, super important to me.
It's a place to be alive. We do lots of fun things here. I want families to come here and know that their loved ones are being well cared for.
Come visit us and experience the Avamere difference.
Style,
or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models.
See your local GMC dealer.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get deals on breakfast, which comes in handy when you've got the whole family in town.
Buy one, add one for $1. Now with sausage McGriddles and more breakfast favorites. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
The Wenatchee Police Department is asking for help finding a man who may be in the Spokane area. According to the police department, this man, Ryan Hain of Wenatchee, was expected to be in Davenport on Monday night, then Spokane on Tuesday. It's believed he didn't make it to either location, and Hain hasn't had any contact with family or his work since. Police say his vehicle was found abandoned outside of Davenport on Highway 2 and was impounded by Washington State Patrol. He's described as 6'2" and 160 pounds. He has brown hair, green eyes, and may be wearing a sweatshirt. Anyone with information is asked to contact Wenatchee Police. And now for some of our top trending stories in the 4 News Now Story Tracker. Starting this off, protein powders are more popular than ever, but new Consumer Reports investigation revealed that some of these supplements contain a concerning amount of lead. And plant-based products, those had the most concerning results. You can view the whole report online. In our next most popular story, according to Washington State Patrol, 64-year-old Theodore Dickerson died Tuesday night after crossing the center line near the Barker roundabout and crashing into a rock wall. WSP says he was not wearing a seatbelt and is suspected of driving under the influence in the crash. And at number 1, actress Diane Keaton's cause of death was revealed today. CNN says Keaton passed away on Saturday after falling ill with pneumonia. She was 79 years old. You can find each of these stories and much more on KXLY.com. Well, the 10th vote to reopen the government failed today. So once again, Republicans and Democrats are sharing their frustrations as millions of federal workers are working without pay. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest.
It's Groundhog Day at the Capitol. Republicans' bill to reopen the government has failed for a 10th time.
Senate Republicans continue to do the same exact thing and expect different results.
Democrats are adamantly against reopening the government unless Congress takes up 2 healthcare-related sticking points, restoring Republican cuts to Medicaid and expanding Affordable Care Act subsidies.
The American people are facing one of the most devastating crises they have faced in terms of cost, and we still have not heard crickets out of any negotiation with Johnson or with Thune.
Republicans insist on passing a basic spending bill and debating the health care issues later.
The Obamacare subsidy issue is not the issue of today. It is in a subsidy that expires December 31. We were always planning to continue the debate and discussion about that issue in October and November. Ironically, Democrats are taking the time off the clock for us to do that.
The government shutdown is on day 16. An estimated 750,000 workers have been furloughed and another 4,000 have been laid off. The administration is now threatening to double the amount of firings. But yesterday, a judge in San Francisco ordered the administration to stop firing people during the shutdown, saying the White House's tactics are, quote, very much ready, fire, aim on most of these programs, and it has a human cost that cannot be tolerated. The president this week authorized measures to pay the military and yesterday said the FBI will continue to get paid as well. Thousands of other essential workers, including air traffic controllers, continue to work without pay. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, if you've noticed your daily coffee habit seems to be getting more expensive, that's because it is. In recent months, coffee prices have jumped by more than 20% compared to last year. According to the national coffee industry, 99% of all coffee consumed in the U.S. is imported. And because of tariffs imposed by the Trump administration, both big brands and small coffee shops have been trying to absorb the rising costs.
Because costs are high now. For the first time ever, we're thinking about, okay, well, maybe let's just not print the gold on the inside.
because that could save us another couple of cents a bag. We're trying to get creative without changing the quality of the product inside, which is what consumers care about the most.
The National Coffee Association says tariffs aren't the only reason for the increased prices. Shipping costs are also rising. There's also bad weather and droughts in places like Brazil and Vietnam, which are impacting harvests and production. And when supply goes up, when supply goes down, prices go up. Basic economics there. All right, high school football is back, and with our final standalone Thursday night game of the GSL regular season, Jack.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. We're getting that close to the end. We went up to Union Stadium tonight. Check out the highlights from Mount Spokane hosting Ferris when we return next in sports.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KX.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tin Roof.
It's something out of a twisted tale of horror.
Friday night.
A secret affair between the deputy coroner and his partner in body removal.
2020 takes you inside the stunning case.
There was a blow-up doll in the front passenger seat.
Oh my gosh.
With exclusive interviews and access.
It's the business of death.
Never seen anything like it in my life, ever.
Sounds like a horror movie.
2020, Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
It's all-wheel drive season this week at Findlay Honda Spokane, where we are taking our top-rated CRVs, HRVs, and Honda Pilots and Ridgeline trucks and marking them down.
Save up to $2,800 on CRVs.
And save up to $3,000 on Ridgeline trucks.
And save up to $3,999 on Honda Pilots.
It's the perfect time to trade up to a better set of wheels before the winter months arrive. This week at Findlay Honda Spokane.
You may be somebody who has chosen drug addiction over your kids. That was me. I did that time and time again for years. You may feel like you hate yourself. You may feel like you can never come back from the things that you've done, but you can. You can forgive yourself. God forgives you. You can be a good mom. There is a better way of life. You don't have to do this alone.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Fred Meyer's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and qualities you get in-store, so you can catch more family time. We'll bring your groceries right to you, satisfaction guaranteed, so you never compromise on doing what matters most. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Following a brutal Game 3 loss to open their home ALCS games, Seattle Mariners had another crack at a 3-1 lead tonight, but, well, instead, spoiler alert, Law dropped another home game to watch the series slip. It's now a 2-all series. The Mariners again started the game just like last night, a home run to open in front, but again fell behind and couldn't catch up after the Toronto Bats refused to cool down. The Blue Jays have a combined 29 hits and 21 runs through their first 2 Seattle games, and they, of course, leveled the series. Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh combined for 4 strikeouts and no hits tonight. Josh Naylor, the biggest offensive performer by far, with a perfect 3-for-3 day at the plate. The M's return for their final home game this series tomorrow. Game 5 begins at 3:08 p.m. It's Bryce Miller facing Kevin Gausman on the mound in a repeat pitching performance from Game 1. Seattle Kraken tripped and skidded hard tonight, falling 4-3 to shootout loss after a late allowed goal. You're looking at the clock right here in the corner. You see there's less than 2 minutes to play the game, and Dylan Kozis scores the game-tying empty net goal to level the scoring at 3-all. And then former North Dakota hockey standout Shane Pinto won the shootout, which sits pretty well after his franchise record in NHL leading 6 goals in his first 5 games this season for Ottawa. Chandler Stevenson led the way for Seattle tonight, cashing in a pair of goals to open his score sheet on the young season. Seattle does stay in their Northeast Canadian road trip, facing the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's Saturday at 4 p.m. Washington State football travels to the number 18 Virginia Cavaliers in just a couple days, and they'll need all the help they can get to stop one of the better offenses in the country right now. The Cougs defense has the second most missed tackles in the nation with 102. That staggering number held the Cougs back from tighter games and maybe even a few more wins. And head coach Jimmy Rogers replied to how the team has struggled to bring ball carriers down.
Yeah, we're terrible right now tackling. What do I think leads to it? Poor technique in tackling.
breaking down too far away, not keeping your leverage on the ball, not having the right foot up on contact, not trusting the guy inside of me, being out of control and not maybe giving up what it could be 2 to 3 more yards if I just slow my tempo slightly, but my feet are a big part of how I can make tackles.
2 more sleeps until another road game for Washington State. The Cougs get their shot to take down those ranked Cavaliers down when they travel to Charlottesville. That's again this Saturday. If the Cougs come out on top, their first ranked road win since September 2022. That was at Wisconsin. We got a pretty cool halftime show for the Mount Spokane Band and Dancers, flag twirlers, entertaining a pretty happy home crowd so far. Their Cats are up 4 scores at the break. Ferris deep in their own end zone on the pass, and Johnny Haley lurking, snagging the pick, no problem. Getting back to the end zone, it's Mount Spokane pick 6 to stretch their lead. Extra point incoming, but hey, solid D from Kalen Manzi with the block. 34-0 game. Saxon's offense back to work. Handoff goes to Zachary Burgess, who bursts through the line into the second level on 2nd and long. He gets a first down on a great rush here for Ferris. But later in that drive, pass is going to be tipped up. Watch this phenomenal catch. Grant Ader, nice grab from the senior there. The Wildcats would shut down the Saxons, though, in the 4th. Handoff to Rashad Franklin, brother of Rock Franklin. Touchdown, Mount Spokane. And they're going to roll in the win, 41-0 to advance the Wildcats to 6-1 on the season. And they drop Ferris down to 0-7. Stick with us. After the break, we're going to have our Game of the Week winner coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From your head and shoulders down to your toes, and everywhere in between. Kootenai Health provides advanced medicine right where you need it, right here in North Idaho.
Finding new adventures and extra confidence and extra miles and room for everyone and standout style. And it all comes together in a Chevy SUV. Now, well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on 2026 Equinox models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Dear 2031, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on many of your favorite Toyota certified used models.
Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
After I decided my pain was too much, and my doctor actually suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. Pretty amazing when they put the arch supports in your shoe and you walk around and you realize there's not pain and you think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if arch supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
Is there a sport your kids haven't suited up for? Luckily, when it comes to providing advanced care for your family, there isn't a sports injury Kootenai Health hasn't seen. Find your specialist at kh.org.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
All right, here's your countdown. Only 15 days left until Halloween. And if you like celebrating the spookier side of the holiday, Riverfront Spokane is hosting free ghost tours next Thursday and Saturday. You'll hear fascinating ghost stories and local legends while exploring the park after dark with local historian Chet Caskey. Ghost meters and lanterns will be provided to make the adventure even more exciting. Tours start at 7 p.m. from the Visit Spokane Center, and they go until 9.
I didn't know the park had ghosts.
Well,
That's
why you got to have a ghost meter.
I guess so. That's scary. Well, here's a look at your planning forecast. Sunshine tomorrow, but it's going to be breezy in the afternoon. Rain comes in late Saturday into Sunday morning. Sunday on the windy side.
All right, it's time to unveil our winner of the high school football game of the week to be featured on the Friday Night Sports Extra tomorrow night, Jack.
And the winner is Cheney at Meade. The game starts at 7 o'clock. It was the tightest race of any Friday Night Sports Extra poll we've had this week. So lots of votes for all of these schools. We'll bring those highlights of it tomorrow night.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Don't forget, you can wake up with Good Morning Northwest at 5 a.m. if you so choose.